Hi everyone, this is me Anwarul, and today with me is Dr. Ravinder Agarwal. He is psychiatrist based in Goa, Panjim, and today we're gonna talk about mental health and suicide in very particular. So, Dr. Agarwal, a very warm welcome.
Hi, good to be here. Good evening to you.
Yeah. So, चूंकि हम ये जो सेशन कर रहे हैं, इट्स अबाउट लाइक वर्ल्ड सुसाइड प्रिवेंशन डे एंड अभी स्पेशली सुसाइड के अराउंड देर आर लॉट ऑफ नॉइज इन मीडिया आफ्टर द लाइक वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट डेथ ऑफ सुसाइड ऑफ एक्टर सुशांत सिंह राजपूत. सो एज अ साइकेट्रिस्ट मैं आपसे जानना चाहूँगा, समझना चाहूँगा कि ये जो पूरा नॉइज है मीडिया में, उसको आप किस तरीके से देख रहे हैं एंड इसका इफेक्ट एक्चुअली जो एक पर्सन है जो कि सुसाइडल है उसके ऊपर किस तरीके से होगा.
Right. Thank you, Anvarul. I think it's a very important topic to talk about today. And I think you used a very nice word, noise, to actually that word sums up the whole thing about this whole media display, which we are saying. I think everyone would agree that this current coverage from the mental health perspective is such a disappointment, as in the sense that the whole focus has shifted from the unfortunate loss of life, of someone who was probably suffering from mental illness, depression. And see, because Sushant was a very popular celebrity and there were lots of fans, uh, his death was a kind of an opportunity to bring out the wasteful loss of life because of suicide. So that, I think, media with its own coverage and with their reach, they could have done justice, and the whole dialogue could have been shifted into getting help if someone is suicidal. So now the next part of your question is about how would a person who may be suicidal, a person who may be depressed and maybe having thoughts or that the life is not worth living, how would that? That's what I'm saying. So I again, it's such an unfortunate that the whole drama which is being played out, that is going to push someone away, and because the way the poor the deceased person's medical history is being out in the open and the way it has been displayed, this is going to push people away, and that is true also in the sense is because I'm seeing in my own client load the people who have been depressed and have had thoughts of suicide. They are so reluctant to come out and get help. It has brought out the suicide in the mainstream dialogue, but the fact that there should be help, there should be people should come out and take help is available, ये कोई बात नहीं कर रहा.
ट्रू एंड दिस इज लाइक रियली अनफॉर्चुनेट कि पूरा का पूरा जो एक इम्पोर्टेंट मोमेंट हो सकता था पूरे मेंटल हेल्थ के डिस्कशंस में डिस्कोर्स में, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो कहीं और ही शिफ्ट हो गया. बट इसी से रिलेटेड जो दूसरा सवाल मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा वो ये है कि सुसाइड का पर्टिकुलरली देयर इज ऑलरेडी अ गाइडलाइन कि मीडिया को किस तरीके से कवर करना चाहिए. So can you briefly explain that, and also कि वो गाइडलाइन क्यों इम्पोर्टेंट है, स्पेसिफिकली सुसाइड जैसे केस में अगर गाइडलाइन बने हैं तो उसका इम्पोर्टेंस भी अगर बता सकें आप तो.
So again, yeah, a very important point. Yes, and this guideline has been placed for a long time, and the psychiatric community, the mental health community, has again and again, actually written to the media houses, pleading with them to be more sensitive. So this guideline, which I'm talking about, is the guideline which has been given out by the WHO. And I mean, I'm not going to go to the detailed one. The salient features are that the media or the news media should avoid reporting a suicide on the front page. It should not become, because that's in your face. They should not sensationalize it. If at all, it should be on the inside pages. And whenever they are reporting a suicide, they should be sensitive. They should not report, they should not give out the names of the person. They should not give out the names of the family members. They should not give out the address and so place pe hua. Because what happens is, the person has died, and the family members of the person who died, they are grieving. And by this kind of reporting in public media, it further traumatizes them. It complicates their life. I mean, they are not only grieving, and they should have the privacy in their grief. Of course, I understand that media has a duty to report, but the duty to report comes with a responsibility. Every media report on suicide should be accompanied by a paragraph about the importance of receiving help on mental health issues. It should always be accompanied by, at least the reporter or the journalist should also say a sentence or two, in the sense that it was a wasteful loss of life. And every report should have, in the end, on what are the possible helplines or what are the resources which are available in order to get help if somebody is contemplating suicide. So these are the very basic. Wherever you're going to post this, I'm happy to kind of give you a link for the sensitive reporting guidelines of the WHO as well. But this is very important to be done.
Right, right. And can you also talk about why this is why this guideline is really important?
So this is again, this is important. One, as I said, is it should not be sensationalized. Two, it is important in the sense that there is always a report of something called copycat suicide. If you've heard this, whenever there is a kind of a celebrity kind of a suicide, or any suicide which is kind of reported in detail, often there are other people who may be, because mental illness is so prevalent, depression is so prevalent, there may be people who may be having similar thoughts. Now this kind of a report brings it out in reality. It makes that person feel, yeah, this is the way to do it. I have personally read, and I've been appalled whether there have been reports where the article has actually described the steps that this person went and got the medications or the poison from so and so place, or these were the steps which he took. They describe the hanging and all that. And this, to a vulnerable person who actually needs help, this actually can drive that person into doing something which is drastic.
Right, right, totally right, absolutely. And we have seen similar kind of sensationalizing kind of attitude while also reporting incidents, like unfortunate incidents like rape as well, where reporters and the media hosts go to extreme with adjectives like adding more weight to already this unfortunate incidents. Thank
So
you.
on that point also, totally agree on this. But at the same time, I have to acknowledge that when it comes to reporting these kind of incidents, and that is the incident which you describe, of late, at least the media in our country has started to exercise restraint. They no longer give out the names. They are very sensitive when it comes to describing the details. And again, probably this is because the Human Rights Commission, the Child Health Commissions, Women Commissions are sitting on them, and they'll immediately get a notice. And there are the POSCO Act and the Nirbhaya guidelines have actually restricted use of this. But again, why should media have to be regulated? Media is one such an important pillar of a society, and I'm a big believer that we should not restrict media as far as possible, but media themselves should be responsible about this.
Yeah, right, right. इससे आगे बढ़ते हुए जो सवाल है मैं आपसे ये समझना चाहूंगा कि स्पेशली अभी कोविड के टाइम पे देयर लॉट ऑफ स्ट्रेस, लोगों के जॉब्स जा रहे हैं एंड या फिर घर के अंदर रह रहे हैं. सो एक स्ट्रेसफुल माहौल तो ऑलरेडी एक इस्टेब्लिश हो चुका है बिकॉज बाहर नहीं जा सकते, पैंडेमिक, न्यूज, इंफॉर्मेशन, टू मच इंफॉर्मेशन है उस तरीके से. सो या यस. सो ऐसे सिचुएशन में like how we can actually identify a person who needs help, who is like, exhibiting like who is maybe a suicidal person. Is there any, symptoms or behavior exhibit by a person? Can you tell us about that?
Yes, of course. And this is again something which is so important to discuss through this medium, is because it is very rare. I mean, I would not say rare, but most of the cases where there is a completed or an attempted suicide, there is a mental health component. So these people are usually stressed or depressed or overwhelmed or in despair. So these kind of problems are already in existing, and these are the preventable causes. So in order to do that, there are simple symptoms which most people are aware. Maybe I can just repeat them. It's like symptoms of depression. A person who is depressed would be quieter than usual, would be sad, maybe tearful, sometimes irritable also. A person's functioning will be affected. He would be isolating himself, as in sense would not mix with his friends and families. uh, Probably is also talking about ending life. Most people and most of the suicides where it's completed, they have actually talked about suicide. They have talked about ending life. So this is something which we need to pay attention to. Now, moving on to those people who may have planned or they are in the stages of planning. In fact, their behaviors often uh, can actually raise the red flag, as they say. It could be like trying to sort out the pending issues, uh, especially the financials, giving away things that person usually likes keeping, but giving away to friends and families, saying goodbyes, calling people, and this kind of saying, apologizing if there is anything being, if there is some dispute or not. So those kind of things where someone has, it seems like someone has already made up their mind. This should also be a red flag on a person who's otherwise been quiet, otherwise been depressed, otherwise not been missing, suddenly calls up and starts doing these kind of things which I just mentioned. Here, this could be a red flag of a potential suicidal behavior.
Right, right, right. So a very similar question, I mean, on this line is, what would be your like immediate suggestions? So the people who is, is around such person who are, who is exhibiting these kind of, behavior and symptoms.
So one on this, Varun, there's one big myth which is there among people, that if there is a person who may be suicidal, if you ask that person, okay, are you suicidal? Are you thinking about ending your life? Then that person may be driven to actually doing it. People hesitate to talk about it, but actually no, it may be a big relief to that person if that person is asked about it. Is everything all right? I hope you are not thinking of doing anything drastic. So the answer to your question is, what should we do to help that person, is one is talk to that person, tell that person I am there for you, and this applies to near and dear ones and to friends. Sometimes talking about it, because that person who is in depression, depression often changes our perception, perception of reality, as in sense, if you are depressed, everything appears very difficult and everything dark. So the person may automatically assume that nobody likes that person, or that person who's depressed may automatically may feel that, look, people will not care for me. So just reaching out often is the biggest help.
Right.
Talk to that person and specifically ask. Okay, that person says, yes, I've been thinking that. I'm ask, what have you done? Are you planning on something? Have you specifically asked, what are you planning to do? Have you taken some step? Are you holding tablets? And that may mean that you can then intervene. And the most important is that if at any stage, if you feel that you are getting overwhelmed, get help. Hmm? This is not the time to keep secrets. Last thing we should be doing is getting tied into some kind of a contract. The person tells you, look, I'm thinking of ending my life. Please don't tell anyone. No, You know, you need to tell others, you know, tell your family members, tell your teachers if you're a student, tell your school authorities or even police authorities, or take the person to a doctor. Or kuch nahi ho raha, to at least, I mean, just Google a helpline number and give it to this person. See, especially in young people, Anwar, what happens is there is what we call, as they say, suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You know, basically, what I'm trying to say is that a lot of youngsters end up taking their lives on an impulse. You know, as being youth is obviously being impulsive, and then you are quick to, sometimes you don't even think of consequences. And if a person who's contemplating suicide, he may be in that kind of an impulsive phase. If we can be there for that person, if we can just be there, talk to that person, and that kind of a wave is passed over, then the person can receive help. And that's what I'm saying. And that life may be saved.
Right. True. True. These informations are like really important, and this needs to be, this kind of information needs to be out there in public. And really, thank you so much. But the last thing I would like to, is there any message you want to, give to our viewers, since this is a World Suicide Prevention Day? What will your message, Doctor?
So, so my message is, if I was to try and combine whatever I have said to you till now, is that it is a wasteful loss of life. And one, I cannot uh, state this any other way, that it is all these productive people, a person who end his life, possibly had a very bright future, uh, could have been an engineer, doctor, a politician, businessman, and anything. If one is, or you are, through this medium, I would say, feeling suicidal, ask for help. Just pick up the phone and talk to someone. It is not that hard. It is possible to overcome this feeling of, this deep down feeling. It's only temporary, and one should not take the drastic step.
Right, true, true. Thank you so much, doctor, for sharing all this valuable information. And this is actually this topic needs to be, talked and discussed and shared widely. So टू द व्यूअर्स मैं उनसे कहना चाहूंगा कि अगर आपके भी कोई सवाल हैं, या आपको भी इन सारे डिस्कशन से कुछ लगा कि और भी सवाल मन में आ रहे हैं, कुछ पूछना है, तो प्लीज राइट इन कमेंट बॉक्स. एंड इफ यू आल्सो फील कि कुछ और भी मेंटल हेल्थ से रिलेटेड किसी और मुद्दे पे भी अगर बात करना चाहते हैं या कुछ और जानकारी चाहते हैं, तो प्लीज कमेंट बॉक्स में लिखें और हमें बताएं. We will definitely take those questions or your suggestions, and we will come with more such session. Thank you so much, doctor. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anvarul. And I think in this comment box at the end, we can also mention a couple of mental health resources which we have. You know? So there are free helplines. So there is a helpline by a colleague of mine called Kuj Suicide Helpline, which is free to call. You know? Then there is this covidav.com. This is a free online mental health service platform, again, which is run by Psychiatric Society of Goa. It's delivered free of charge and very confidential. So so I would request you to, I'll put those links in your description so that people can actually take help from that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I saw so nice of you to actually reach out and take this message. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor.